I didn't know that since I just joined, I thought it was.
Yep. No, I turned it on the other night.
It has you listed as the host on it.
Yep.
I thought, okay.
Yep. Now we're out on YouTube. Yahoo! Hello, YouTube. Well, Mark snuck in there while we were doing all that. Hello, Mark.
Yeah.
Hey.
And Mike's got his audio fixed now. We were making fun of you, and you weren't even smiling, so we knew you had have your audio down.
I turn it off whenever I grab that before I talk on HF because it feeds back from HF into the speaker on this computer. They're sitting 3 feet from each other. I don't know why. So I'm going to work on my grounding.
Yep.
And see if I can't curb that. And then I forget that I turn it off. I turn it off with just the push of a button, turn the speakers off. So then I come and join the meeting and I don't have any, I think something's wrong. Last week, I think I rebooted because I thought the computer was, for some reason, not giving me any audio. Well, it was that button.
Well, I was saying something, Randy was saying something, says, I don't think he can hear us.
Yeah.
We start bad mouthing you, and obviously you couldn't. So
now, hey, don't put we in that conversation.
Oh, that was me. That was me.
Yeah.
That was me.
Don't talk about my horses.
Hey, I like the horse shirt.
That's my hot to trot shirt.
Oh, you got to be careful to say horse shirt.
Yeah.
Put an R in there. Mark, what are you trying to show us there? You got a whole room full of stuff hooked up now?
Oh, I was working today on my ham shack. And I'm going to try to see if I can get this thing. Let's see if I can do this. There's 3 monitors and all the radio gear below.
Cool. Oh, that's a good way to do that.
Hey, Bill.
Yep.
Well, there's Uncle Bill.
Is this the quilting group?
It is. It's your turn to buy the thread.
Oh, shoot. Okay. Hello.
Howdy. Did you get on the big Sunday afternoon HF net? Did you make it?
Yes, I did.
Did you? Was there a big crowd?
There were more than usual for some reason.
Yeah, that's that set. The Oklahoma set thing was.
Yeah.
That thing, we kind of publicized that. Well, good.
Well, the Sunday afternoon Aries thing on 3900 is more of a rag chew net.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. But that's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
We bumped up their participant numbers.
Yeah, I bet we did. Did you get over there, Mike?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Did you check in?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, good.
I even sent a message on WinLink. Of course, it wasn't over the air. I'm waiting on a cable for my radio, a 13-pin to computer cable. I can't remember who I bought it from to check on why it's not here yet. It's spoiled by Amazon, and you know, two or 3 days at the most if you buy something on Amazon, unless they tell you beforehand it's coming on a slow boat.
Yep. I was going to tell you tonight, and I'm glad you brought it back up. I tried to reply from my non-WinLink account, and it said that you're not set up to receive web emails. That's a setting, like if you're on HF, so you don't get spam and all that kind of junk showing up over the HF stuff.
Yeah.
That you can turn on or off. And I don't know if you knew that. And I was just going to make sure that if you didn't know that you can flip that, because I tried to reply and it wouldn't go back on your WinLink.
Oh.
But if you're on an HF, slow link, you kind of turn that off or monitor what you got. And I remember doing that on mine is I got a mail back from them when I replied that said, this user is not set up to take a message over the internet.
Well, that's odd because I sent myself a reply and I got it on WinLink.
Really?
Yes.
Well,
So
try that again. That was kind of cool. We had 3 of us up and running on WinLink. That was nifty.
yeah.
And Matt had it actually on the air on, I think 40 meters is what he said he was going to do.
Okay.
I don't know what he ended up doing, but
I haven't looked at in depth to see if there is a frequency that
yeah, you have to hit a
operate.
gateway.
Yeah. And
and
they're
there's
probably only on certain frequencies, I would imagine.
yeah. There's a one out of Tulsa, and I think Dallas.
Uh-huh. Well, I heard a guy in Waco this afternoon. Where was I at? 7.180. And talked to a guy in Tennessee, but he told me he couldn't hear me, but he knew my call sign and my name, but he couldn't hear me. It's N5, who is he? Or not N5, K5. He sends balloons up a lot.
W5KUB?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he has a round table on Tuesday,
Yep.
5:30 local.
Yep.
And I checked in last week, and that's what got me on the pushing the button here on the speakers. And then so I checked in again today about the same thing. You know, he didn't. I wasn't a booming signal, so he didn't want to count me.
There was some broadcast radio on 40 meters a while ago. So
Oh, really?
Things have certainly changed, I guess.
Bill, what was that frequency?
7260 was some Chinese music. And then 7220 was some English news or something.
Oh. Well, either are you still hearing it? Are you still on 72?
I haven't heard it for about 30 minutes or so.
Okay, because I'm still using an NBIS antenna 5 feet off the ground. Half of it runs north-south and half of it runs east-west. Set up in the corner of my backyard, basically on the top of the wood fence.
Hey, Mike, what's a good email address for you so I can send you that the rejection notice?
KB5HXT at Yahoo,
Okay.
or you can use the ARRL.
Got it. I'll send you the rejection. I tried it again and it rejected it.
Huh. Well, let me look and see if I can find that filter on settings, because I haven't set anything.
Well, well, this one says it was not. This is a different message. Oh, Peter Law is snuck in there.
Okay, got your mail, Mark. He shook his head and then disappeared.
Yeah.
Message, notification, and forwarding. It might be under that. Let me see.
Yeah, it says sender not authorized for any recipient.
Huh.
And I don't know if that, if as I remembered, that was the feature that you could, so you keep spam from coming in.
Yeah.
Well, that's Uncle Ken.
Howdy, howdy.
Uncle Ken in the clouds.
Well, yeah, I guess if you look up there, overhead.
Didn't we decide those were skyboards for modules?
Well, it could be. I mean,
Still clouds.
yeah, they're gonna get.
Oh, Peter, I'm glad you you said your voice. I'm gonna go get those spreaders and put them in my pocket right now.
Okay. Well, okay, but I gotta go because I gotta have my supper. But I'll be back.
Supper? What's that?
Well, I'm having supper. I'm gonna go and I'll be back.
Eat some for me too.
Yeah.
Looks like we lost Ken.
Oh,
Did he fall off the chair?
I don't know. All of a sudden the video went out. So
Oh,
right now, there we go.
Is Moto G for Moto Guzzi?
That's my phone. I'm not logged in by name.
Okay.
I like your picture background there, Ken.
Well, which one?
The one right behind you, that natural look.
Yeah,
the leaves are still green on the trees and the grass is green.
that's a good job painting that. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't hold up the conversation here, but how do you get a picture to superimpose behind you?
You go.
I Googled
video
that and I don't find the same things to do that they were talking about.
It's in the video settings and it's for backdrop. And most of the time you have to have just a primary single color, like a green screen behind you. And then it'll impose it on that. It's basically like what they do for the weather on the weather for TV.
Well, where do you find the background thing?
The little up arrow to the to the right of the stop video. There's a little up arrow there. Bottom bar, left hand side.
Stop video. Okay.
Up arrow that's to the right.
Right.
And then
it
click
says
that one.
choose, yep. Choose virtual background.
Choose virtual background. Okay. Well, can you create your own background?
You can, you can use other pictures and stuff like that, but you can't have multiple colors behind you in a normal setting. You'd almost, you've got to have just like one or two colors, like what Mark's got behind his. It's just the wall. You can try it, click on that and choose one of those.
Yeah, a lot of guys
I'll show you what you're going to look like to everyone else, but part of your face or your body or something might be covered up because of all the colors that are in your video at the moment.
Right. Okay.
Unless you've got a really powerful computer and then it can do other
I won't mess
things.
with it now, but
try it. Yeah, just try it.
You know, Randy, the problem I'm having is just the room behind me. Apparently, I don't have enough light behind me for my picture to work.
There's got to be enough contrast. If you've got to pick a color. I know some guys do this and they just go to the material shop and they just get a small area that covers behind them and they just put it on the wall and then you click on that colorization in it and it'll put it right up. But yeah, Mark can do that. Some of these other guys can do it, but they've got pretty, hellacious type computers that have got a lot of system to it.
Says choose virtual background.
Yeah.
Right.
Underneath that, there's none. It says none. I guess I don't have one.
No, you'll either have the word none because you don't want one, like I don't have one right now, or you've got various pictures that you have there, which you have to put in.
Bring up
They don't have the background.
Yeah, it should pick up. Yeah, it should take you to the settings page, Bill, and it'll show your video, and then they'll choose virtual backgrounds, and they've got like 4 or 5 default ones that you can choose, but you can always go in and create your own picture if you want to. That's how like Galen's done a lot of his with the That was pretty cool, Mark. Oh, well, that one's kind of strange.
How's that? How's that for a picture? Look at
That's
that.
Kind of like Hal.
It says Studio Effects. Studio Effects. You can add a beard and a mustache and all kind of crazy stuff.
Well, beside, it says I have a green screen. There's another checkbox that says mirror my video.
That'll just flip it.
Oh,
Yeah, that
do
just.
that one, Bill. You look like me.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Hang on, Mike.
I'd pass
You'll
out.
have to. They used to have a bunch of default images, and they're gone now. You have to upload.
There's
Right,
like
you have
4
to-
or 5 that I have to choose from.
I don't have them either. I'm like
I
Bill.
I don't either. I had to bring my own pictures in.
They had the one of the beach,
Yeah, that's all gone for me.
that one, and then they had the Golden Gate Bridge, grass, and that one. But I think it's depending on what version that you have downloaded.
Okay, Mark, that's that
Okay,
wins.
okay.
That's the winner.
There we go, right there.
Well, Mark, Clayton, if I have a picture somewhere I want to use, how do I?
You go in where it says the none and the other pictures. There's a little plus sign. If you click on that, it allows you to go into your library and choose other pictures.
Okay, I didn't even see the plus over there. Okay,
Yeah.
well, all right.
And then you can add whatever picture you want to add.
Okay.
But Randy's right. I'm going to have to come up with some type of green screen or something behind me if I'm going to have my picture to work.
I tried just a piece of material or something that I had laying around from the store and stuff, but it wasn't enough. With the different lighting I have in here, you've got to have it stay the same color, because if it changes really bright in the dark, kind of shadowing, it doesn't allow it to be solid. So you almost need to just have a green screen behind you and one light up against that, so it's one color.
Okay.
Yeah, with all your cigar box guitars and stuff like that on your back wall, it'll probably cause you some
It'll
problems.
be pretty busy.
Yeah. Well, what it does is it doesn't pick you out of the other stuff behind you.
Yeah.
And it bleeds over you.
Right.
Unless you've got because on my computer it says, you can uncheck that I have a green screen. My computer's not strong enough or powerful enough to produce enough stuff for it that it won't allow you to do it.
Well, I'm sure mine wouldn't either then.
Yeah, so I just loaded up Galen's truck, a picture of Galen's truck, and
Yeah.
it worked here. But now they don't have those cool ones they used to have.
Okay.
the first
Well,
image.
thanks.
That's wild. Okay, that's none. Now let's go back over to the.
That's why I like this one.
That's a good one.
Yeah. How'd you like to have a ham shack like that?
Oh yeah,
It's too busy.
Yeah.
Have to have
I picked up the
material
wrong
wheels.
microphone.
He definitely doesn't have a wife.
This one I did for Galen.
That's a good one.
But I really like Ken's over there. That natural background that works real well.
Can't beat that.
No.
I'm happy with it. So something's out there digging. I got to put a camera up and see what it is.
it's Mark.
I got bunnies out there all over the place, so I'm blaming them for the moment.
Yeah.
They usually just nip on the lettuce or the.
I know, not typical, but they're there all the time. But I don't know what else was coming around.
Is it little 2-inch square holes or round holes?
The little round holes about, somewhere from an inch up.
Mold.
Yep. I know exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Yep. I've got them in my backyard as of about the last week or so of September. It's
It's coming out of the ground.
no, it's possums.
Possums.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, eating grubs.
Yep.
Oh,
Well, I didn't keep the yard for bugs, so it's probably pretty plentiful.
there you go.
They're getting ready for winter, and that's what they're doing. Is they're digging them up.
Well, there's a creek down and back, and raccoons, possums, squirrels, and bunnies are the friendly animals, but they also a herd of skunks out there too, and an occasional coyote.
I got the same setting behind me.
And a
So-
couple of hawks that are a little bit playful.
Look like that?
They'll come down and buzz you.
Yeah, it's a hole. It's about 2 inches deep round.
Yep.
It's about
Well,
look
it
look
was-
like that.
Yep.
Well, I think skunks will do that too.
I think somebody said that aardvarks do that too. But I've never seen one of those around, so I stick with the possums.
I
That's
know
what
said he
I
had a creek behind his house. Could be crawdads.
Whoa, that'd be cool.
I
Those
know.
are pretty. Hey, Roger.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Snuck in and. Oh my God, Ken has just done a loop.
Yeah,
He's running amok.
That's what they're doing in my yard.
Yeah, that kind of looks like what I got on the screen here, huh?
Yep.
All right.
I still might put up a camera just to watch.
Well, Mark, does your screen say that's possums?
Well, that's what possums look like right there.
Yeah, we've got them around.
Yeah. I've got some that's rooting in my backyard, and that's what the holes were.
It's
Say hi to
actually
everybody, huh? You gonna say hi to everybody?
Hi, Riley. That's kind of wild. Well, who's done any radio stuff? It gets quiet.
Well, I was with Bill on the Aries set Sunday.
it's China radio stuff.
Yeah.
It used to be a radio.
What is?
It's slowly turning into a pile of parts.
Oh. So how was you said it was the Sunday 4:30 net is a gab or a rag chew kind of thing. Is that 20 people or 10 people? How many are showing up for that?
For what?
The 3,900 net.
Oh, the Aries net?
Yeah.
I think there were 20 some last Sunday.
That's a good number. That's a real good number. Didn't nobody passed any traffic for the simulated emergency test?
Not that I heard. The net control alternates between WB5ONA up in Stillwater, N5TEX over in Tulsa or Owasso, wherever he is. I bailed out a little bit early, but I don't think they got into the set thing at all. Like I say, it's become more of a rag chew net than anything,
Yeah.
or an infirmed net. Who's been to the doctor the last?
Oh no. Oh no. No. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
Funny you should say that, the way you put that. The club in Fort Smith, out of Fort Smith, the average age of them over there, unfortunately, the last time I was there was 68. So and that was pretty good. That was the largest club in Arkansas, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And you're right. When they get on the radio and they were talking like they were, that's all they were talking about is who died last week.
Yeah.
Kind of got sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we need a whole bunch more in the about 14 to 40 range.
Yeah, we've got about 4 or 5 that showed up on Facebook this week. They're just from all over the place.
They come from all over the world for that.
Well, yeah, there's a couple of those, but there's 2 or 3 from our area this week, which was kind of cool. One guy was a GMRS guy, and he wants to do GMRS and ham stuff. And I saw that on Facebook this morning, but they're popping out of nowhere. We just got to hang on to them.
What happened to our youngster that used to come to the Tuesday night meetings like we had him at Fire Station?
Sam? I don't know. I was thinking about that. I was talking with Peter Core the other day, and I was going to ask him and see what his pulse was doing, and I just forgot to do it. So hopefully we'll get. I'll remember to ask Peter next time I talk to him. And he was with Peter in the Boy Scouts. Peter and Sam were together in Boy Scouts, so I'm guessing they're trying to work on school and all that other fun stuff.
Well, if Sam's doing virtual schooling, he can do this Zoom meeting.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Somebody just needs to invite him.
We do. That's a good point. I'll holler at Peter this week and make that his job.
Okay. Oh, last night, I tell you what, I'd love to just one night be like out towards Clinton, Oklahoma, where it's really dark out there. Because last night I had my antenna and my HD outside when the International Space Station come over. And if it had been dark enough, I probably could have seen it go across the sky. And all I did was listening to see anybody making contact stuff. I didn't try to make a contact.
Did you hear something?
No, didn't hear anybody try to connect from this area anyway.
Well, but you didn't hear any audio at all?
No. But it would have been fun just to watch it go across the sky. I've actually seen that before.
Yeah.
But I was down on Queen Wilhelmina, right next to that old fire tower at night, and it's dark enough up there you can actually see it go by. You just can't hear.
I've really been wanting to try out the amateur radio stuff. Mark, I was actually meaning to ask, do you think that like Yagi antenna, that kit that the club sells, do you think that would be a good like starter antenna to get into that with?
Show him, Mark.
Yeah, hold on a minute. Let me get mine. I'll show you what I use out there to hit all these different satellites.
Yeah.
It's called the Mark Klein Special.
Yep. That's all he uses.
Help support.
Yeah, I just got a ton of solder in the mail on the soldering iron. Have been
well, very little soldering is actually done on this.
Well, for a phenomenal fee, I'd even solder it for you.
Yeah, but this is what I use. I just hold it up there and turn it vertical and horizontal till I get a signal. And I'm using the famous Bofang 5R.
Nice. That's what I have too.
and it works great.
You're just using one radio, right, Mark?
Yeah, because I'm putting in, since it shows dual frequencies, I put in the VHF frequency on top and the UHF frequency on bottom, and it monitors both of them. So works great.
What radio are you using? The Bofang, you said?
Yeah, I'm using the this one,
Okay.
the 5R VU5R, and
the one that no hams would ever be seen with, right?
Right, and guess what? It worked great for satellites.
Like the one I.
Yeah.
I've got a Radiodity dual band, but I don't know if it'll monitor them both at the same time.
Well, if the Bofang will, yours probably should.
Well, it'll let you. Yeah, it'll let you transmit on one and receive on the other. There's two.
Yeah.
You can do 2 VFOs with that, Bill.
Yeah. That's all you got to have.
Yep, and that will do it. FM, and with that FM, it'll do it.
Yep. And you can hit the AO51, which is a great one to do, because I was listening to it when it finally got close enough to us a while back, and there's all kinds of people on there talking. And I've been trying to listen on the International Space Station's new repeater to see how many people are trying to make contacts.
Bill, is that N5TEX Joe Gorkos?
Yes.
That's Sand Springs, Oklahoma.
Sand Springs. He's over there somewhere. He always puts out a real good signal.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Good. And WB5ONA.
ONA, Nelson and Stillwater.
Yep. Nelson Ehrlich and Stillwater. Okay. Good. I don't know either one of those guys.
There's Paul.
As I heard a ding dong, I couldn't figure out who was there. Paul. Oh, Paul.
Just getting myself configured here.
Well, at least you're not doing loops like Ken was.
I can.
Just
trying to
cartwheels.
Yeah.
figure out the better lighting.
The inactive pilot in me.
Are you aerobatic rated, Ken?
No. I did go for a ride in an aerobatic glider in Phoenix, and the first thing we did was an inverted spin, and it took 2 days to get the grin off my face when we got done. It was awesome. It was awesome.
Peter, you must have scoffed down your dinner.
20 minutes. How long should I have taken?
Well, it depends on what you were eating. And did you leave any for us?
He went back to the 50s. Look, he's in black and white.
Yeah. My favorite one, I think, is not that one. Wait, that's not the right one. Now I've lost track of it. Damn it! It's these ones? No.
Oh, jeepers! Who's watching us?
That's your old 3D glasses there.
Yeah. That's me. Oh, where did it go? Oh, there they are. That's, yeah. I like this one.
WKRP in Cincinnati.
Dr. Johnny Fever.
That's it.
One of my favorite shows of all times.
You know what they stole? I was on a work Zoom today, and you know what they said I looked like?
What?
Dr. Johnny Fever.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah.
Mm-hmm. You do. Yep.
I'm going for it.
There you go.
That was a wonderful show.
It was a wonderful show. No two ways about it.
Next month's episode would have been just perfect again. I'd love to see that. Everybody knows about the famous turkey one.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was like the second episode, wasn't it?
Something like that. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was in the first couple. Yeah.
I saw a clip recently on YouTube the day they went rock and roll. That's got to be
that's
right
the
up,
pilot.
that's
Yeah.
at the very beginning.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I was working at I guess it was FMAM station right when that came out, and it was like, well, I don't understand why this is funny. This is just like going to work.
Yeah.
Well, Paul, did you get any antennas up this week?
No, I have not.
Oh man,
It's going to be a while. So I was watching a wasp head right to my head.
Kamikaze.
oh no.
Kamikaze.
I got him there.
Well, it's that time of year. They want to get their last bit of stings in before they die off for the winter.
No antennas this week. I'm thought I would learn a little more. You know, part of the problem. Well, that would be it. The wasp nest built up in there. So.
Oh, you're in their area.
Yeah. No, I was learning some of the new features on my Kenwood handheld and delving into the world of APRS.
Oh,
and trying to figure all that out. That was exciting.
You too can be a nerd, Kit. Wow. Yeah, that's.
Say again.
You too can be a nerd. That's the APRS gets real technical real quick.
Yeah. You go to like the APRS website, you know, and it's like, okay, yes, I understand the word. I can read the words on here, but I don't know what they
Part
mean.
of that is because Bob Bruniga, the guy that invented all that, he's not. I don't want to say he's nutty as a fruitcake because that's not really right. He's a very smart guy. His terrible web pages, just terrible.
Well, I had the my little 2 degrees of separation story with that is when I first got my current job, it was at Andrews Air Force Base outside of DC. And
he's down in Annapolis.
Yeah. And and my job, so I was just renting a room outside of where I was working, and my wife was still in Connecticut selling the house. So I'm checking the area out and checking ham clubs. So I go to this one up in Annapolis area. I don't know anything. And somebody tells me that, have you heard about this APRS thing? Somebody's going to talk on it. Saying, well, it turns out the club I went to is where that guy belonged. You know, it's like, well, okay, that was cool. So it seemed kind of cool, but yes, you're like Mark, you're right. There's so much technical stuff. To me, it seems like it presupposes a lot of knowledge. You know, it's the X3 squared protocol. You know, with the dual alley connector that adapts to the RS-232. Okay, you know, so I've got the radio working where, it'll give up my little position in that. All right, fine. So that was
where everybody quits.
Where everybody quits, yeah.
Yeah. So, and I've realized it's a tool that could be used for things, not something you're gonna, necessarily, you're not gonna be communicating. So I'm trying to learn. Okay, what are all the features on this radio? But
which radio is it?
The TH-72D, the Kenwood.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one.
Well, I'm glad to hear that other people had the same kind of feeling that
can
get technical real quick.
He really does have a lot of really good ideas about how to use APRS, but there is no filter. The standard is from Bob's brain, and Bob is the keeper of the standard, and that weakens it, I'm afraid. If somebody else was doing the standard and he came up with ideas and everybody else kind of made it into the standard, I think it would work a lot better. But Bob's Bob, and he's a good guy, and he's obviously smart. And there's actually a lot of good stuff on his web pages. He's just got to dig for it.
Yeah. So that was this week's learning.
Cool.
Okay, so I've got kind of an idea. I got the radio working. My wife can see when we drove my dad to the nursing home, visited my mom. Okay, she tracked. And as soon as I got there, I see you made it there. So it's, okay, I've got that feature figured out. But after a while, it was like, okay, we're going to move on to something more practical. Like figuring out how to mount an antenna on that tripod mount from the dish. So.
Oh, yeah.
So that's been this week's project.
Yeah, APRS is one of those things I wish I had the time to sit down and do, but I've spent enough time with it that I know I will not start an APRS project unless I have a lot of time to dedicate to it. I've got my let's see, APRS droid here on my phone. I can turn on position.
Mark, that's about as far as I got. It was doing the Android version on my phone and showing it on the screen saying, hey, it's working. That was about it.
Yep.
Never bothered. I don't have an extra little 2-meter rig that I can throw in the truck and hook up for all this mess.
Put it on a Bofang.
I've only got the one, and I'm using it for satellites.
Oh, well, you're not using it all the time.
Well, I'd like to, if I set up an APRS and I really was going to use it, I'd leave something in the truck where I got all that set up.
Yeah.
And then I don't have to mess with it. But I don't have that.
Let's see.
That reminds me, out in my shed, I've got an old 2-meter rig with a tiny track strapped to it.
Oh.
And had
that's cool.
What was that GPS thing that was popular way back then? The big yellow.
Yeah, dongle thing.
Garmin Puck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I still got probably half dozen of those. This is the one for the balloons. It's APRS, APRS and Whisper both. That little doodad here, that little square is the GPS transmitter or receiver, and then this is the GPS antenna, the little tiny little doodad on the top.
Well, that's kind of cool.
Yep. That's all I'm going to put in the truck. Just haven't got one around to it, but I got the antenna soldered on, and I got it programmed the other day to you got to write your own program to go in them, but
of course.
Sketch, a little Android Sketch or a Arduino Sketch.
You've got the logo taking up most of your screen there, Mark.
Yeah, I know it. The other camera's locked up. Let's see if I can unlock it. See if I can unlock it. But yeah, has anybody tried and I can't remember what it's called now. There's a APRS deal where you can actually put points on the map. There's some software, and Tom
always does that. For the marathon.
For marathon and field days, and it is so cool. And I have tried it 3 or 4 times, and I just don't have the patience to slug through the whole thing. I've got it all signed up for it, but it's just such a bizarre protocol. And that goes through your servers, Peter, down there at the big ranch, doesn't it? All that
Some
database?
of it, yeah. Anybody get their TinySA yet?
No, what is it?
It's a $50 spectrum analyzer. Uh-oh.
Oh.
I haven't even, this is the first time I've opened it. I wasn't feeling well the other day when it came, but it's pretty cool. It's the same guy that did the nano VNA stuff. Let's see here. It's the first time I booted it up.
Oh, really? Look at that.
Yeah.
I just got my 73 day. I know what I can spend it on now.
Do you have an antenna on it?
No, I just pulled the thing out of the box.
Well,
it's showing something there at 200 megahertz or so. I figure I don't really know what I'm doing with this thing. I'll be the first to admit, but I saw $50 spectrum analyzer, and all I remember is those Cushmans back in the 70s that were like, well, they're still $2,500 on eBay, and they haven't made them in 25 years.
Yeah.
And this thing's, $66. Wow.
Well, that's just
I got mine at R&L up in Hamilton, Ohio. They are the one of the authorized dealers. So they're only trickling out of China though, so you got to put a pre-order in, and then they'll ship you one when they get it.
6 months down the road.
No, actually, from the time I put my order in till the time I had it in my hand I don't think it was 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's not bad. They just don't have any to stock is all.
They put it on a ship that was coming this way, loaded up with those face masks.
Exactly. Exactly right.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's a touch screen. Holy crap.
Yeah, those are touch screens.
Oh my God.
There we are.
Yeah. Salem and Michael Salem and I don't know who that is. If you can't remember, it was Dan Schrader or somebody.
Something, yeah.
I've been going back and forth on a big email thread with those things, and you know, they sit and nitpick stuff, and you just got to drop in it's only $50 comment about everything.
Yeah, because I mean, that's what I figure. It's like I could probably find better things to spend $50 on, but holy cow.
Yeah.
I think if nothing else, it encourages the guy's from, he's from the Netherlands, designed by Eric in Netherlands, assembled in China, of course. But I just encourage him to keep making stuff. I mean, came with the little telescopic antenna there, and it's got a bunch of little SMA jumper cables and adapters and a USB thing. Oh, and there's even there's a wrist lanyard. So, well.
Well, that's spiffy. You got do you have a tape measure antenna floating around? Plug it up and see if you got any signal.
Oh, I'm getting signal. It's set to the FM broadcast band. I don't know exactly what I'm picking up, but
look at that.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Off of nothing.
All 12 of us.
Well, it's probably an eighth of a wavelength at FM broadcast.
Oh, okay. That's got a little antenna on. Okay.
Yeah.
So forgive me if this is a dumb question.
There are no dumb
here, but the purpose of that's basically like a SDR, like you can kind of see what's actually going on the bands.
Yes.
Well, it's even better.
Traditionally, they were very expensive pieces of equipment.
My last one was $1,200.
Yeah, and this is not. I mean, I don't know that I would use this to calibrate space shuttle stuff, but
the idea is it's a receiver that you can see. You can see the signals coming in, and each peak on that he was showing is a signal coming in from a different FM broadcast band, and you can see the waveform, so that, for instance, if the one that you're seeing on my screen is a real sharp peak, that's a good transmitter signal. It will tell you it's minus 38 dB that I see on that screen. So you can use it to calibrate the reception and the transmission.
And it's not a $2,500 spectrum analyzer. It's limited in what it can do. You cannot zoom into a single signal very far. You can go in pretty far, but the minimum bandwidth is on the order of 2 kilohertz. So, a lot of an SSB signals usually about 2.8 kilohertz wide. So, it's limited, but holy cow, what a neat piece of engineering. Did I mention it's $50 and has a touchscreen? So
yeah, that's
really awesome.
Covers in 2 bands, 100 kilohertz to 350 megahertz, and then on the other one, there's if inputs, 240 to 960 megahertz. If you're interested in this and you go to his website, he has a whole page of the limitations. He's not pretending this is laboratory grade equipment. He'll tell you, what its limits are, and he's pretty upfront about it. So.
And did I say it's $50?
Yeah, did I mention it's $50?
Yeah, they have antenna analyzers that are that same thing. That same guy Basically, it's the same format. You just change the software and a few signals in there.
Pretty much, yeah.
To come up with these. $45. I've seen one here on the big eBay. So
yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. No, it's like I don't need another dadgum piece of equipment. Well, it's $50, like Ken said. Ken's probably got one ordered already, right, Ken?
We're working on it.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
So it's great. It's great for you to visualize something. You know, if you're putting out a signal, you can see what's wrong with it. If you've got two signals coming in, you can watch where they're at, and just a great diagnostic tool. And for $50,
yeah,
awesome.
With a touch screen.
Yeah,
with a touch screen. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Well, Nick and Sam slid in. Look at that. Carl slid in.
Hey guys.
Oh my gosh.
Mike's not here from the Great White North.
Yeah, where is he? Maybe he got frozen out.
Yeah, blizzard conditions.
Blizzard. Oh, he's got a new sitcom on.
What?
He got a new sitcom, favorite TV show that's coming on.
What's that?
That's what he said. I don't know. That's what he said.
Oh.
He said he wouldn't be seeing us because his favorite sitcom's coming on.
Oh, yeah, watching the PP debate.
Oh, God.
I mean, you can always watch both.
Exciting.
Okay.
Well, Peter, I don't know if you remember, but you guys with the Kenwood and talking on the Arrow antenna to satellites, I got it working finally. So thank you.
Excellent.
Hey, we were just talking about that earlier. So you're using an Arrow, so that's a high dollar antenna.
Yeah, and then this little baby right here.
What's that guy?
72.
Kenwood TH-D72A. So it has worked really well. I've been really happy with it now that I figured out what I was doing wrong.
What was that?
I had a let's see, there's a tone and then there is a, oh, hang on, let me just turn it on and off. I have to look at it and tell you. There basically were two ways that you could set up a PL tone, and I had the wrong one engaged, and I had to turn it off, and that solved the problem right away.
Receive instead of transmit, probably.
Maybe, yeah. It's not worded that way, but that may be what it is.
That's usually the problem. It wasn't worded the way it should have been.
What satellite were you hitting?
I've had really good success on SO50.
Yeah, that was my first one too.
AO27 early in the morning. Yeah. AO27 first thing in the morning has been the best bet for me. Yeah.
27?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can
pass it by every morning.
Yes.
I thought 27 was dead.
It woke up. It went to sleep 10 years and woke up by itself.
27 or 7?
27.
I didn't know 27 had woken up. 7 I knew woke up after a lot longer snooze, but
maybe I'm mistaken.
No, it's entirely possible. What happens is the cells short out, but then eventually sometimes the batteries open again, and once they're open, they run off the solar cell directly without the battery in the way, and that's what happened at Oscar 7, which is a 1974 satellite.
You talking about Mark cells or the battery cells?
Well,
Oh. So have you made contacts through the satellites?
Yeah, I have. I actually have quite a few QSL cards that have come through, and so it's been nice to be able to kind of carry that tradition on.
That's pretty cool.
So yeah, it's been really cool. Actually, a Route 66 on air station from California, she had posted that she was on. Or going to be on, and first contact I made that day when I found out about it was her. So I felt pretty good, and I just kind of hung it up and walked in at that point.
Have you managed to hit the International Space Station's new repeater?
I have not. Can you guys hear my kid in the background?
Oh yeah.
She's kind of okay. All right. Well, sorry.
As my
She's,
mother would say,
in the
good
bathroom.
lungs on that one.
Yeah. She's loud. But no, I have not yet. I plan on it. It just when I started, I think their repeater wasn't working or was inactive in some way, and then I haven't tried it since they updated it yet. But I've heard that people are doing it on just regular antennas, like not even a beam or anything at all.
I'm using the club's tape measure antenna that Mark sells with a Bofang UV5R, and it'll work.
Yeah, that was actually that's actually what I started. Not the antenna, but the radio, same radio. And that was once I figured out the process of it, it worked like a charm. I'm sure I was probably stepping on people though, because I couldn't hear the other side of it when I was transmitting, but you know, that happens.
Yeah, the whole you gotta have full duplex or you're doing it wrong. Not really.
I agree. Because like I said, it worked out well, and I made contacts. I wasn't trying to be rude and step on people, so it just happens, you know. Of course, it's hard to compete with some of these people that have the full satellite station with the gigantic antenna and full base station and everything. And you kind of look at their QRZ, and it's a full array of antennas and all kinds of stuff. So it's kind of hard to compete with those guys, but that's okay. But in other good news, though, I thought I'd share just because it's exciting. I passed my general like a week ago, 2 weeks ago.
Yay!
At this point, good. So now I'm studying for my extras. So
we'll where are you? Where are you located?
I'm in Bigsby, just south of Tulsa.
Oh, okay, very good.
Yeah.
Pretty good signal from over there, isn't it? Got a good skip today.
Zoom skip.
That's right. Must be that tropospheric ducting I kept hearing about.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Did you see the my picture there, Peter?
I'm Googling now. Yeah. Wow.
And that's weird because that's 7 years that one was off.
Oh yeah, but Oscar 7 was off. God, I don't know how long that was off for. A long time.
Yeah, I know. We did two. We put two Bofangs on. One for transmit, and one receive on. An antenna that it was an arrow that Peter Core had at a couple club events, and that was wild. There's four of us, one guiding the antenna, one on the HF or the VHF, one on the UHF, and one watching the phone to tell you where to aim at. And we made I think I made 4 contacts on that thing, and there's a lot of fun with the dual being able to hear yourself was kind of cool to see.
It's definitely better. Full duplex definitely better, but it's not mandatory.
Nope.
Although there are people that will fight you to the death and tell you it is, but
that means it's just truly trivial if people are willing to do that.
That's right.
Hey, well, and I kind of feel like for me, it's just it helps with operating practices more than anything else.
Absolutely,
that's really about it. Just trying to be a good operator.
Yep.
I've actually run VHF and HF radios that way, and you got to get used to a little lag or delay of your own voice in there. But I did enough audio work that I could wipe my brain to do that. But
now it's short. Back in the Oscar 13 days, it was like nearly half a second because it was so high.
Yeah.
Back in the olden days.
Hey, Nick, see this?
Yeah.
In about 4 minutes, a little less than 4 minutes now, almost 3.5, the ISS will be flying right over you.
Okay.
Excuse me.
I got it to where it pop up on my phone when it's supposed to be flying over. Where
what app is that?
This is the ISS detector app.
Okay.
and it's flying. Here in about a little over 3 minutes now, it has a circle zone that you can actually make contact in that zone, and it's supposed to be flying over us.
Well, get out there and work him. You guys work each other.
There you go.
You bet.
Because it is
coming. It's coming in from the northwest to the southeast.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks to be about 19 degrees off the horizon for here.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
Actually, yeah, that's not bad. 19 degrees, not bad.
I got lucky when I first started and had a 15-degree pass, but I'm calling that beginner's luck on that. Just pure luck.
I can't
shocked you when the guy answered you, didn't it?
It did, because I could hear them. I could hear them just fine. And I thought, well, I'll give it a try. And they came back, and then it was another one, and another one, and another one. And I thought, well, this is pretty cool.
You need to turn a recorder on. You need to turn a recorder on.
Yeah.
So
find the voice recorder in your phone and hold it in the third hand. Hold the antenna in one hand, the HT in the other hand, the phone in the other hand, and the notepad in the other hand, and
just put it in your pocket.
Recording the passes, figured that out right at the beginning because there was no way I was going to catch it all, because I heard several passes and they were just way too fast for me at first. Apple Watch has a recorder on it. I have an Apple Watch.
There you go.
Perfect.
There you go. Perfect.
Now, the only problem becomes when it doesn't sync with the phone right away. That becomes a problem. But after that, it's not too bad. So, nerd for the win on that one, I guess.
Yeah, we did that at one of those club events, and there was 4 of us, and I was on the transmitter, and out of the 4 of us, it was me and somebody else. I don't remember who it was. I think it was John Carson. John was holding the phone, and John and I were the only 2 that knew there was a QSO happening between us. And Peter Core went through and he goes, "Oh, bummer, we didn't talk to anybody." And John goes, "Mark talked to 2 people, one from Arizona and one from Tennessee." Peter goes, "What?" It went too fast. It went too fast.
Yeah.
It went too fast. Have you seen? Did you see the? Speaking of crazy things, from the newsletter day, where's the Roadster?
Oh yeah. I read your newsletter, by the way.
I saw that. It was like a couple weeks ago, and I thought, oh, that's pretty cool. The cool thing, I don't know if you read it to the bottom, but the guy that did it is a ham. The guy that runs his page is a ham.
I'm sure.
It's
if he plans on crashing it into Mars.
No, it's going to go. It's going to go around Mars.
It's supposed to go round and round for billions of miles. Billions and billions. Orbital period of 557 days.
Imagine what that car be worth if you could bring it back.
Oh man, 500 years from now, somebody's going to snag that thing and bring it back.
Oh yeah. They'll figure it out.
But that guy, the guy that did it, I started looking at it, and his company at the bottom says Old Ham Media, and I went, it can't be a ham. And I did some doxing, and sure as heck, it was a Ben Pearson, a ham out of Huntsville, Alabama. So let's see. Tomorrow is, I guess it's tomorrow. It's supposed to be its close pass. 1 day, 51 minutes. So yep, tomorrow in 51 minutes.
And it's got, by the way, it does have video cameras on it.
Yeah.
You can go to the site. I forget the name of the site, and you can actually see it live.
Well, you could. You can't now.
No.
It's out of range. But yeah, I watched it for 2 or 3 days as it was going out of range. But there's a link in the newsletter that takes you to that YouTube thing. But I thought that was kind of cool. I thought that was kind of cool. So crank up your radio, Mark. It should be overhead.
Yeah, it should be overhead right about now.
Turn it on. See what you get.
I'm not going to get anything in here.
Oh.
I'd have to stand outside and aim at northwest.
Hanging out the window.
Ken, open your garage door and run out there with your phone.
You won't see it. It's too bright out there to see it. You have to have it pitch black outside to see it.
It depends on angles and stuff because you may get the flare off the panels.
Yeah,
I bet it's dark enough.
we can. I know Peter and I can see it at our house. I know that.
Yeah, you guys out there with not a lot of lights around you.
Yeah.
See,
Right.
where I'm sitting, it's too bright.
Yeah.
Well,
poor planning on your part.
Yeah.
Paul, did you kill the wasps?
No, I did not, but I had to feed the dog and it was getting too dark out there and the mosquitoes were getting bad. So it's time to come into the radio room. My cool radio room.
That's right. HMS.
Yeah. Oh, that's RMS. RMS Queen Mary, isn't it?
Yes.
Yep.
Royal Mail Ship, I think.
Hey guys.
There's Wayne.
Well,
Wayne.
Hey, I just stopped by to see what condition my condition was in.
There's the space station.
Is it?
Sorry to report.
I don't know
it's
what that
pretty
is.
bad.
It's on their frequency. Maybe that's the old frequency. But it phases in and out. So
Peter, your eyes are freaking me out.
They get sore after a while from all the flapping. Two different people on two different Zooms today have told me I look like Dr. Johnny Fever, so I can't turn it off now. So
You got to milk it for all it's worth.
exactly.
Downlink
Hey,
of 437. 437.
Look who it is. Hi.
Yeah.
Hi.
Well, there's Donna.
Yeah.
Donna,
yeah, that was the wrong frequency for me.
Donna, did you put up an HF antenna yet and put Wayne to shame?
I didn't hear that.
No,
Say
the
it-
answer,
say it
the
again,
answer
Mark.
is no. He asked, did you put up an HF antenna?
Oh yeah. Last week. I just didn't tell him yet.
I figured
Probably
you'd do
just
that
as
before
well.
Wayne would.
It's very stealthy.
Yeah. Camouflage.
Well, how do you like the new house?
I love it. I love
Good
it.
answer.
It's awesome. It's a work in progress always.
Oh, they all are.
They all are.
Yeah. You guys have fun.
Hey, good to see you.
See ya.
Wayne, are you in Blanchard or you're not in Norman, are you?
No, we're in Bridge Creek,
Bridge
like west of Newcastle.
Right. Okay.
Our address is Blanchard. That's just because they have long arms.
They got a bigger post office.
Is Bridge Creek a municipality or is it just
No, it has no municipal government.
Okay.
All they have is they have a school.
okay? Well, that's
And a
different.
whole bunch of people that pays county taxes, but
Yeah.
That's
okay.
why they have a school. Because they can.
and school taxes.
Yep.
You were here in '99, right? Wayne?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I was in Texas in '99.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
you don't know? So you don't know about the tornado?
Oh, I know about them.
Oh, okay. All right.
I mean, it made news all the way down to Dallas, where I was at.
In Dallas, really?
Yeah,
Bridge Creek is the early warning site for more.
that's what I understand.
We did that simulated emergency test Sunday morning, and Carl got on and called Galen and said, well, normally in a bad storm, I'd call you right now and say, there's a tornado over my head coming straight for your place because I'm the early warning system for more.
Where's Carl at?
I'm here.
He's out northwest of Norman.
Yeah,
Hey, guys,
I was being serious when I said that. We've had most of the major tornadoes that have come in up straight up I-44 have passed within a mile or so of my house or less.
Yeah.
Some of them directly right over the top of it. And it's interesting because they get to the river and they'll just tear up everything, tear up Newcastle. They get to the river, they go up, they get about a quarter to a half a mile past across the river, and then they drop back down and start tearing up stuff again.
It's for me.
Guys, I've got to go, but thank you for everything. I got to go.
Okay.
Hey, good job,
See you,
man.
Nick.
Good job on the satellite stuff.
Thank you. See you guys around.
Okay.
See you, Nick.
I better go myself. Susie's home anytime, and I got some stuff to do before she gets home.
I got a question for you before you go.
Huh?
I've got a question for you. What was the band that Japanese music station was on? Was that on 20 meter?
7.260.
Because there was an article about that, I think in last month's ARRL newsletter about interference from them.
Well, it's not uncommon to hear the broadcast stations, but it's also associated with propagation, of course.
Yeah.
And it's starting to pick up again, apparently. But it was on 7260 and 7220.
Oh, 72 to 73 is broadcast and outside of our region. So
yeah.
Used to be almost all of 40 meters, I think.
Yeah.
Or about 10, 15 years ago.
The hams fuss about that, of course.
Of course. There's so little shortwave broadcast these days.
Adieu.
Yeah.
See ya.
Bye.
Yeah.
Peter Core, we were talking bad about you. The question is, have we heard from Sam recently?
Which Sam?
You're Sam, the student Sam, the Boy Scout Sam.
Oh, he's been busy with scouts, cycling and school, but he's doing good.
Okay. We just want to make sure that he had an invite to show up here on Tuesday nights.
Oh yeah, right. I might have to. I might remind him then.
You're beeping, Peter.
Sorry, that's my radar detector.
Slow down, then. Jeez.
What kind of bicycling does Sam do?
I'm not too sure, but he's picked that up, just to get in and about. But yeah, but back to Bill, what he's saying, yeah, all the pretty interesting to get all the broadcast bands, hearing them back on the
40 meters, yeah, 40
yeah,
meters, whatever.
41 meter. No, that won't be 41, it'll be 39 or whatever.
So is that broadcast in your part of the world, Peter?
Well, I think pretty much outside of ITU2, anything above 7.2 isn't
I think that's right.
Isn't allocated for
Broadcast.
ITU1 and 3 above 7.2. I believe it's allocated for broadcast.
That sounds right. There's so little shortwave broadcast these days that.
Yeah, you get the WTWW and those
Yeah, there's some American stuff that's almost all supported by various churches, and then the Chinese, of course, and the Cubans, and beyond that, it gets kind of thin pretty quick.
Well, there is a bunch of international rebroadcasts out of that WTW, is it? Or I keep forgetting
Oh, yeah.
which one or the other.
Yeah, there's 3 or 4 of them in the U.S. and they read.
And that they got some interest. Oh, hey, Peter Laws, quick question: Is Glenn Hauser still around?
Yes. World of
But
Radio.
he's no. Yeah, but he I think he stopped the World of Radio thingy a while back.
I don't think so. I think it's on all on different places at different times, like it's always been. I think he has a column in every, or he has reports in every radio newsletter that I get. The medium wave stuff, the FM stuff, the Canadian one.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And I did not
and
realize.
It's like 17 pages of very small type, and I swear I don't read it every month because I swear to God it's the same stuff every month. But what is he, an Enid? I think he's an Enid.
Yeah, I didn't realize he's just round the corner. I didn't realize he's just round the corner here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he's an interesting.
I think he shows up at the Hamfest up there.
I'm sure he does. No, I think World of Radio is still on. I've heard it on. We're getting into fall. WA0RCR on 1860 kilohertz on the 160 meter band. He has that AM transmitter he fires up on Saturday and Sunday, and that's one of the programs he runs.
Oh, okay.
He runs Hauser's stuff, and he runs Newsline, and he runs ARRL and Rain Report, and that's actually kind of a fun show to listen to. He usually comes into Norman pretty well on 160.
Is it in the ham bands?
Yeah. I'm sure he calls someone at the beginning of his transmission so that it's not a broadcast, because that would be contrary to the rules. But as long as he calls somebody at the beginning, it's not a broadcast. So
QST.
That often works. Yep.
I don't. Speaking of bad websites, his is terrible.
What, Hauser's?
Production's now Thursdays by 2400 UT.
Okay. Oh yeah, he's got that state-of-the-art 1997 website. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Bob Brunigas is like that too. The APRS guy's like that.
Oh man, that's just terrible.
He doesn't know how to do the colored backgrounds, but
it's low bandwidth.
It is low bandwidth. I shouldn't make too
like
much
anybody needs that.
Yeah, right. Well, he's from Enid. I don't know.
Enid we've got a circuit up there. It does very well. Thank you very much.
All right.
I have fiber and I'm in the boonies. You have fiber. You're in the boonies.
Yeah. I like it.
Okay. October 1st. There it is. We can stream the thing. Let's see what he says. Okay. When you stream it, it wants you to save the file. That's not really streaming. Maybe in the 780s when he built the website. It was.
That's because it's embedded with a virus.
Do you have the current version of Real Audio? Because
No, that's funny. That's really funny. I haven't thought about Real Audio.
No one has.
Well, it won't even run. What the hell's going on?
You got too sophisticated computer for it.
Yeah. Well, let's see what download does.
Oh, you know what? Do you have Netscape Gold?
No, I don't. There it is.
Okay.
Oh, he's got the titles backwards. Download is stream and stream is download. That's awesome. Oh, what a crappy intro.
World of Radio is a listener-supported public service program about communications around the world. On this edition, recorded October 1st, Antarctica, Armenia, Australia, Austria, Brazil, Canada.
Oh God,
China,
if he goes the whole list, we're in
Colombia,
trouble.
Cuba, East Turkestan, Eritrea, Finland, Germany, Korea, North and South, Kurdistan, Netherlands, New Zealand, Palau,
What the hell is that?
South Sudan, Taiwan, Turkey, USA.
He's talking about the reports that he's gonna he's received and he's going to go through for this episode.
He will have some unkind word for Radio Havana.
Oh no.
Every single time.
How do you not fall asleep during that?
I don't listen to him.
Oh, well, you know all the more. You're knowing more than everybody is.
I've only had to listen the one time.
Oh, okay. Okay. Wow. And that's live out of Enid.
Yeah,
Oh,
downtown, beautiful downtown Enid. Yep.
With the funeral dirge music and everything.
I like it. Funeral dirge music.
Got a good restaurant in downtown Enid.
Do they?
Yeah. Can't remember what the name of it is, but I.
Oh, you're a lot of help.
Don't they have a truck eating bridge in Enid too?
Yes. It's eating one of ours.
Oh, jeez.
Yes.
Strangely enough, the only time I've been to Enid was when I went to the Ham Fest up there. That's when I found the restaurant.
Really?
It was an Italian restaurant.
Like the last restaurant I ate in Enid was Brahms. That's the only thing I felt comfortable with.
$1 there.
Hey, at least they're updated and have a Brahms.
Yeah, there's the bridge. Yeah.
Yep.
Napoli's. That was the name of it. Napoli's restaurant.
Okay.
There must be some kind. They must be somebody making $1 jillion on that name because there's like 40,000 Napoli's.
Yeah. It's a section of Italy, I think. That's not us. That's good. 11.4 is what it says.
11.4? Wow,
Yeah.
that's really low.
Yeah. And we should be 12.6 and we hit it. So I don't think they did much damage is my story. That's even worse music.
Is that still? No,
Oh,
that's
this is music from the truck eating bridge.
Oh, okay.
Whoa. I have no idea what that was.
I mean, how do you look at that bridge when you're driving your over? Well, actually,
Because
not
every
over
other
height
bridge
vehicle.
in America is 12.6.
But you look at that and it's like, ha ha ha! Look at the big mouth. Ha ha ha! He's going to eat my truck.
And it does.
And it does. And it's like, okay, you got to explain it to your boss, not me. So whatever.
Well, some people have to experience it.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm sure more than once.
Didn't they put a clearance bar in front of that bridge?
You'd think they would.
Yeah, you'd think somebody would.
Need some clearance.
So back to Hauser, his is one of the things that run. Look up WA0RCR, Mark. It's another, actually, that's another 1993 website too.
Whoa.
Yeah. I forget what time he goes on the air on Saturday morning. It's like 10 o'clock or something, right?
On the air Saturday afternoon, 1 p.m. till 2 a.m. Sunday Central.
Yeah. So he's on a little over 12 hours, 13
So
hours.
is that broadcast band or is that?
No, 1860 is in 160 meters.
Wentzville, Missouri. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I go through Wentzville all the time to go to the farm.
It's an old, I forget what the Gates transmitter. It's a commercial transmitter that he's wound up to 1860, but it's worth a listen on a Saturday afternoon, or maybe Saturday evening. Probably would be better in the evening.
Wow.
Oh, I forgot to ask. How many people have run to buy the ICOM 705?
Man, a lot of them. Dwayne
Mark,
Dwayne
when's yours
Angles.
showing up?
I don't need one. I went through this last week. I don't need one. Dwayne Angles bought one. He's got a 7300, a 9700, and a 705, and he put a picture up on Facebook that said, "Here's the triplets."
Telling you, he needs an 8600, an R8600 receiver to go with it.
I don't know why. My question was going to be, what does the 705 give him that the 7300 doesn't?
Well,
portability,
two more bands, and about what, 10 pounds lighter.
So yeah,
portability.
Yeah, I mean it's a.
Isn't that only 10 watts?
If you don't hook an amplifier to it, yeah. But you know, if you're lugging it to some mountaintop,
yeah,
you don't want that. Sorry, my glasses blinked there.
Let's see.
If you're doing that summits on the air stuff, how much did you want to pull up to the top of the mountain? I guess
I'd pull 100 watts, but then you got to bring battery for 100 watts.
That's right. Yeah.
By the way, the MTC out of Paris, Texas, is got a little contest going to give away a 705.
Ah.
I thought they went out of business.
No. He was talking about selling, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He ended up, I think he was talking about closing down his Shreveport location.
Well, he was talking about shutting the whole thing down, and then
Shreveport.
Yeah, he was going to shut the Paris down because he said he had to go find a real job.
They did find a real job, but he's also doing this, I think, just side weekends and stuff.
Yeah, to rephrase that, it wasn't Shreveport; it was Greenwood, Louisiana.
Really?
Yeah,
I only knew about the Paris, Texas place.
Yeah, he's had one down there for about 6 months.
I think
that's usually
somebody
what
else
kills
was
people.
running it. You know, it was kind of using his buying power, and they were running it, if I remember right.
Okay.
If that makes right. Let's see. There we go. There's his triplets.
Oh boy.
That'd make Peter go nuts.
I saw that picture the other day.
Pretty cool.
Yep.
Mark, why would the 8600, why would that be any better than SDR?
It is an SDR. It's just one in a box.
No
unsightly wires.
Probably the best thing would be better front end filtering to do the specific bands they're using, but that's the only thing that'd be different. I think the 8600 is an SDR, right, Peter?
Yeah, it's an SDR in a box.
So it's just going to be better front end filtering. It probably is the difference.
Actual knobs.
Well, actual filters. I mean, the rest of us are using an SDR with nothing in front of it. So if you've got a really big Bohunkus FM AM transmitter near you, it will color what you hear. The broadcast band, the FM broadcast band, is bad enough that they sell notch filters for the broadcast band for SDRs to try to help that. But yeah, it shouldn't be, you get a lot better, you get audio, you get a case and knobs and all that other stuff. But no, it's very similar. I mean, all I use are the little dongles, and it's all I listen on. I keep finding new dadgum software that just blows me away, and it's like, geez.
What are you running for software now on your
dingle
dongle?
I don't even remember what that one is. That one that the one that Jorge had that did the DMR decoding.
SDR Sharp?
No. Sharp was cool, and I use it a lot, but this is on Linux.
GQRX.
Yeah, that might be it.
GQRX, is that sounds right.
It does. Sharp is cool. It's a good, it's a good Windows program that you can listen to stuff, but that Linux stuff just had so much more tools. No,
Or he's not on tonight. He could answer the question for us.
Yeah. I don't know if I probably need to put that on the SDR page.
Yep.
Oh, that one. Ed Painter's a new ham, or an older ham, had got his license back, but he's just getting back into ham stuff, and he screwed up and bought an SDR dongle, and he's been going nuts with that thing. And it's like, oh my gosh, this is cool. Yep.
Hey, speaking of new hams, has Paul Moses been on here tonight?
He has not.
So he gets his call sign and he just told
No, he has not. That was where were the other two from? They were from two different, like Springer and something else, right?
Blank card.
Blank card.
Blank card. Yeah, the father and son there, James and Jameson.
Yep.
They got sequential call signs, so that's good.
Yeah, that would have been bad if Paul got in the middle of them.
Yep.
It goes in the order
the
that
team leader has a little control over that, so he likes to make sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah, it goes in the order that they get presented. I know that.
You bet.
I know that.
Speaking of that, did you see all the updates that Ray did on the session manager?
No, did he do it again?
Oh yeah, I'm glad I didn't go to 10.0.0 the day of the exam.
One had to come out with another one to fix the one he did.
Yep. Yepper. That's all right.
No, I've been running 10.0.0. I used it. That's what I said. Did you have a weird import?
Yeah.
And I had a weird import. I'm running 10.0.
Well, I think we're up to 10.02 now.
No, 10.01's available, it says.
Oh, I don't know.
10.01 it says available. 10.00 is what I had, and I had a weird import, and I didn't have time to document to him, but it worked. But I had to get out of the program and then get back in. It imported one of the records, and the other two weren't there. Man. I got out of the program and came back in, and they were there.
Yeah.
And it was one of those, nah, it's close enough. Peter will have his running, I'm sure.
Unfortunately, I did. Hasn't always been the case, but I did this time.
Cool. We had some really good WinLink stuff happening Sunday at that set test. Matt was on the air with it, and Mike and I.
Oh, so tell us about that. Give us a sit rep on your set stuff. As I looked at, the link in the email today took me to last week's thing, and I started reading it like it was this week's, and it was talking about the set coming up, and I'm going, no, dude, that was last weekend.
Oh.
And then I realized, okay, I'm on the wrong week, and I went and looked to the right. We would tell us, what did you do? Who did who played and what happened? And
was really good. We had about 10 folks that were active. Carl was one of our active dudes, and it was not it was the people on the, I'll say, on the fringe, and we had a lot of good learning concepts where people were trying something out, and they would we had Nathan's back in town, by the way. WA3 ZCC or KA3 ZCC from Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay.
He's back in town, and he was part of that, and Mike was part of that, and Galen was on. We had a Vince Hibbard from Wayne, the mayor of Wayne, Oklahoma, was on, and he's got a new emergency manager that he wants her to get her license and get involved with amateur radio. He's AG5AJ, I think is what his call sign is.
The mayor's a ham?
Yeah.
I mean, Wayne's not very big, but still.
No, that was cool.
Yeah.
So he played along with us, and Phil was on there, and he was complaining about simulated power outages, and we had Phil simulate a call to OG&E to get help down for him, and Galen had a whole bunch of sit rep stuff from that area. We're going to do this on Saturday. Matt and I are going to do Matt's going to talk about the WinLink stuff.
Oh, okay.
And then
cool.
And then we're going to do then Matt did a WinLink over the air email to Mark Conklin, and
he ain't telling her why him and the other guy are pissed off at each other.
Do what?
Talking to us there, David.
Oh, David Clare showed up. There he is. Howdy. So we had lots of it was really a good training exercise. Something that was really kind of neat was everybody picked up on the fact that it was high winds, and when we were sending them to sending them someplace, they were wanting to know the routing of trees down on bad roads. And that's probably a pretty cool thing that we ought to think about in the future, is that maybe we could be a good road checker to see what roads are open and come up with something.
It's hard to get into trouble that way.
Yeah. Do something, talk to Galen and David about that, just run around and look for bad road conditions and kind of be the eyes, the advanced team on that. And, but they were, their stories were all, well, if I got to go, how do I get there? My high winds, my trees are down, that kind of thing. And that was a good thought. And I think that's something maybe we could do as a first responder kind of thing, get out there and just run the roads and come back with road reports on really bad stuff. Because I know that on the tornado that hit east part of here,
Bridge Creek.
No, not east. The one that the weather guy, the NBC weather guy, was down here for.
There's
Bethel.
so many. They're running
Bethel,
together.
the one from Bethel, was here, and it hit Bethel on Monday, or Bethel on Sunday, and then hit. Or on Monday,
on the 13th, 2013, May, whatever those, May 19th and 20th, or 18th and 19th, yeah,
those guys, because Charlene was in,
she's at school, wasn't she?
More,
yeah,
and she had to stay till 10 o'clock till the last kid left, and then she got in her car, and there's still no communications. She couldn't make it. It took her till 2:30 to get from downtown Moore to our house, which is usually a 30-minute drive. She had to run. She tried down I-35.
Right?
Yeah, she went to Shawnee. Bethel Acres was shut down. 102 was shut down, so she had to go to Shawnee to Tecumseh, up to I-40, then over to Shawnee, then to Tecumseh, and then back over. And because it was not really well publicized that, hey, these roads are bad. So that might be something we could think about in the future to use some mapping and mobile guys to chase that out. Because it was bad. I mean, it was, like I said, it took her 4.5 hours to get home.
Hey, do people still use APRS?
You missed the discussion earlier.
Always a day late and dollar short.
Well, if you'd had your APRS on, you'd have known.
What's your question?
My question was, do people still use APRS?
Yeah.
Yes. Do you know we have a digipeater at the repeater site?
I heard a rumor, but I didn't know what it was used for.
APRS. It's the
Yeah.
only thing that's on packet these days.
Well, I was going to say, that when I hear digipeater, I think packet, and I didn't think anybody's doing packet.
They are for APRS.
They are for APRS.
If you go to APRS.fi, which is what he's got up on the screen there, you can get all kinds of information. I think that's what that is, APRS.fi.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You can see who's used Norman. You see the furthest away station, all that happy stuff. Who's heard us. It gets interesting in the springtime because, you know, you'll have digipeaters or stations that hear us that are like, 800 miles away.
Yeah. There's one in in the panhandle of Texas, and then way out east somewhere in Oklahoma that hits in pretty frequently.
Yeah, there's some regulars that show up. You can sort on that distance column too.
So when I bought my DMR radio, it supposedly had GPS built into it, and I never could get it to work.
There's supposed to be there he is. There's Professor Moses. Texas forever. What the hell? What the hell is the matter with your shirt, Paul?
Hello.
What the hell's the matter with your shirt?
And how come we don't see your call sign on your name right there?
I'm trying to figure out how to put it in there. Hey, let me just edit this KI.
Might have, Peter, that might have something to do with being a Texan.
Yeah.
There we go. Is that the right call sign?
Yeah.
Yep, that's
I
it.
haven't memorized it yet. Hey, I wanted to thank you all for proctoring that test, and it was really, really stress-free.
Good. Glad to hear it. That's the whole point of the whole thing.
You made it look easy, though.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Well prepared candidates are our favorite kind of candidate.
Thank you. Thank you.
So how many of the others have you shamed into studying?
Well, I told Dr. Chad Davis, I don't know if you know him, but he's studying now. And I told him about hamstudy.org and a couple of phone apps that helped me. So
good.
I'm trying to help him. And I'll ask him to join us at one of these meetings.
Good.
Sam's saying something, but he's muted.
He's muted, yeah.
Yeah, I was just showing my wife Peter's glasses, and
Yeah, Peter's getting freaky.
yeah. Can't figure out how that. Yeah, it's really strange. I'm really glad I'm not doing drugs. I would really be.
Yeah, it does a pretty good job of tracking my eyeballs, which is kind of scary, really, but it's weird.
So is there a meeting on Saturday? Or is that
right in this little box that you're looking at now.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be virtual.
All right.
Yeah, it's one of 3 Zooms I have that day, and that's Saturday.
So it's only virtual this week?
Yeah. Yep. I talked to Lee last night, and he says, "What's the deadline for the newsletter?" And I said, 8 o'clock. I said, "I've got something in there, but I can change it." And he says, "All right, if you get something before 8 o'clock, run it. If you don't, just leave it the way it is." So he was still worried about running in person or not. And we had, I think, 9 people show up last time. So
hardly worth it. Yeah,
it's not worth it. And we had 32, I think, on the internet. So that should be a big deal. But no, that should be a good deal. And we should be all on Zoom.
What's the topic this week?
Topic is going to be the Oklahoma set, what we did at the simulated emergency test, and the WinLink process. That
you have to get out of bed early for that.
No, you don't have to do nothing. It's all it's all recorded. It's virtual, baby.
Man, you don't have to drive anywhere.
You got to go get your own donuts is the only thing you got to do.
A good point.
We're going to do that, and then we're going to talk about some really cool remote or not remote emergency kind of considerations that came up Sunday, where people were talking about battery radios and antennas that may survive a high wind. You know, put a $10 tape measure antenna in your attic and have that ready in case the 30-foot antenna you got up in the backyard falls down and that kind of thing. So a lot of good discussion came out of Sunday. So we thought we'd use it.
So back to the APRS. I know that some people use APRS during storm spotting and such as that. I don't know that SCARS ever does that. Or how many of y'all have APRS in your vehicles?
Well, let's just look at this. Let's just look at the map right now. Ken Brown's got it and uses it all the time. You can always find him. Peter Core usually does.
Gary used to, but he moved away. So
Gary Skaggs does. I have it on radio on phones that I typically turn on.
I do. I got it on phone that I turn on when I'm going on trips and stuff. But I used to have it in the truck when I was in Arkansas.
I forgot about that phone app. I've got that on my phone, but never set it up.
There you go. There's the process. Start doing that. It is the problem with APRS is it's so cool, but the learning curve is terrible because the learning materials are just horrible.
So what is the common extension? I mean, like back when we used to run packet, it used to be your call sign -5 or something like that. What do you use for APRS?
Same thing.
Same thing. This is this one that I'm showing on the screen is W5GDL-5. -10 is kind of popular. Mine, I know my phone one is -5.
It's really just pick one.
Yeah, it's just pick one.
Yeah, there's supposed to be a standard, but again, this is what you missed before. Bob Bruniga's website is. There's good stuff there if you can find it, and he's the keeper of the standard, and it's all in his head, and yada yada yada. So yeah, pick a number. Pretty much.
255 now.
No, it's no, you can't go that high. It's
I think it's 15. I think it's
that's right. I believe
4 bits, 0 to 16 if I
believe that's correct.
Or 0 to 15 if I remember right.
I used to have a packet node that was like -15.
Yep, that would have been the top.
Yeah, weren't home stations -15 years ago?
Home station, yeah.
Yeah.
Hell, when I started, nobody had more than one, so it was all nothing. Yeah, we're -5. I didn't even realize that until we just looked that up.
Well, where is that?
It's on the county tower. It's co-located.
That's the digitizer. Okay.
Right.
Well, there's Mr. Greenleaf.
Well, there's Lee.
You're
muted.
Turn your audio on, Lee. Somebody wind him up.
All right. I was just noting the pinball wizard look that somebody has.
Peter, no, that's Dr. Johnny Fever from WKRP in Cincinnati.
Nah.
Pinball
that's pinball wizard.
Two people. I'm not disagreeing with you, but two people on two different Zooms today have said the Johnny Fever one. But I'm not disagreeing with you because that is more like Tommy's stuff. But
yeah, you've seen the movie.
No, I have not actually.
I haven't either.
Oh, come on.
I know. I was in Canada when that happened, and I don't think they would show it back there.
Yeah. Okay.
I remember when oh my God.
Then look at the movie. Enlighten yourself.
There you are. There's the big shoes. I always heard about the big shoes. I didn't know what they meant. Oh, wow.
Hey, Lee, now that you're here, and since we just got finished talking about the presentation at the meeting this coming Saturday, I talked to Gerald Taylor. He is the guy that gave the presentation on EMP back about 3 years ago at the Aeronautical Club. And he said that he would be glad to give that presentation to the club. He still has all the slides and all the information to make the presentation. He would like to do it and not be at the actual building.
He can do Zoom.
Yeah, I'm sure he can.
Is he available
as far
for?
as I'm concerned, that would work fine. I mean, we're
Is he
not going to be meeting in person anyway.
Is he available for November?
Yes.
14th?
I'm sure he would be.
Book him. What do you think, Lee?
Sure.
His call sign's KC5WMZ, Whiskey Mike Zulu.
What's the presentation on?
EMP.
Electromagnetic
EMP.
pulse.
Okay.
I don't know.
Because I was wondering, I couldn't tell if you were saying EMP or EMT.
One uses paddles. I guess they both use paddles, just different sizes pulses.
Yeah, they both involve, errant electricity. And in mega doses.
Yeah. Applied to different parts of the
So Peter,
system.
did you ever defib anybody in a rainstorm?
Off the top of my head, I don't remember. I worked in two different places. One was a very urban area with short response times and short runs to the hospital. And then the other place was a non-transporting where we'd meet the local fire department ambulance crew. And by the time we got there, we'd have 20-minute run times just to get there. And by the time we got there, they'd have patient loaded. So
yeah,
fine by me, but
you were just there to do paperwork?
No. Provide paramedic level care. They didn't have paramedics in the fire departments. So
yeah, and it's when we Oklahoma City went over to a paramedic service, one of my first calls, we still had the Life Pack 5s, was at the Nichols Hills golf course. And he was on the 5th green. And yes, we left tire tracks all across that golf course.
You can't drive across here
with a 5-ton vehicle.
Oh, jeez! And you didn't.
And so anyway, he is sitting, not sitting, laying on the green, and it was a driving rainstorm. I mean, buckets. And so I turned to my partner and I said, okay, I don't know what's going to happen here, but if I go down, you work me first. And I zapped him. And actually, I zapped him 4 times before I got an agonal rhythm, but that's what all I got was an agonal rhythm.
Yeah.
But no feedback.
Lucky.
Yeah, I thought for sure I was going to get, the bejesus knocked out of me. But it works in the rainstorm.
Yep.
I'd almost want to see a video of that one, Lee. That'd been real interesting, especially if it was lightning too.
Oh yeah, it was lightning and the whole 9 yards.
See, he was using a putter. He should have had a 1-iron. God can't even hit a 1-iron.
Yeah, no one can. They say Tiger can, but I've never seen it.
Now I'm going to have to wait till the one Carl was talking about that's going to do that EMP next month. But I read an article about EMP the other day, and they said if one actually burst over you, How long? Here's a good question, and the question was asked too on that story. How long would it be before you'd actually get electrical power back? Try that one. Try that one, Peter.
Who's your utility company?
Yeah, yeah. If it's OEC, probably half an hour, but OT&E, it'd be months.
Yeah, once they start rebuilding everything. Because aren't they going to have to rebuild the generators too?
They're going to have to rebuild everything.
You'll have to come to the meeting and hear the presentation.
What did he say, Mark?
Hey, they didn't get that. They didn't. Nobody could come up with an answer.
Oh, it depends. It depends on a lot of that stuff. St. Elmo's fire. We've in the tree trimming business. We see St. Elmo's fire run around some transformer lines that will, I mean, scare the fire out of you. Seeing a fireball, plasma ball going down a transmitter line, but you know, it depends how much they actually take out. If they take out the substations, you can spend $10 million on the transformers in a substation very easily, and they have no spares.
So you're talking a long time.
Yep, they have some smaller units on semi trailers that they bring in for temporaries, but the big ones, no. And then like you're saying, you drive that thing back into the generator and woof. You know, they actually shut down, based on space weather reports, they actually shut down transmission lines that are susceptible to that stuff. There's a whole bunch that goes into that. Don't need any of that.
The thing I would like to find out is if I need to build a Faraday cage around my house generator.
Well, does it have any digital equipment or?
Yeah, probably it's digital. I don't know if it's digital or not. It senses the line going down. So, but they had that analog before, you know, before digital too. It could sense it.
Yep.
I don't know what automatic. Do you have an automatic changeover box that's connected to the grid?
Yeah, ATS. Yeah.
There's a good possibility nothing would save your generator.
Yeah.
If it's connected to the grid, because that's where one of the major inputs would be off the
generator. Cannot be connected to the grid. It has to be isolated.
Yeah, but the switchover stuff is connected. So
well, you got a set of contacts. If it falls one way, it's working the
but the
OG
sensor.
If it falls the other way, it's working the generator.
But the sensor for that has got to be on it, so it could blow that sensor out. You could always still just manually cut it over, but
right.
The solid state in general is in jeopardy.
Yeah.
If you're dealing with a pulse or you're dealing with a Carrington event kind of thing.
Yeah.
Anything electrical, anything that acts as an antenna could pick that energy up. So if it's got wire in it and solid state hooked to it, need vacuum tubes.
I think we should get Conrad on it.
Lot to be said for having a vacuum tube radio.
Yeah.
And join the club. Please
Speaking of vacuum tube, look who shows up.
in the event of
Oh, and I got word today that they are replacing my base station radio.
Base station for?
My VHF radio went down, and when I purchased it, I thought enough about buying an extended warranty on it, and now I'm glad that I did.
Oh, cool.
But I had to send it off to Massachusetts to their repair department because they were going to fix it along with their microwaves, and toaster ovens.
Ah.
And they received it and sent me a letter on the same day that they were not going to try to fix it.
Did the letter start with WTF?
No.
What happened? Did you have
Which rig are you talking about, Lee?
The TH-9800 TYT.
Huh.
So you get a nice brand new one, and they say, take good care of it.
I get a nice brand new one, and when I buy a nice brand new one, I'm going to buy another warranty.
Oh, that was at Quad Band. You just got that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I just got the quad for the car. I had one for the house. I bought it in 2018.
Ah.
So I was happy with it, and actually, no, I had it was a convoluted thing. I got two of them. So I didn't get the second one until 2019, and it's actually in the car. I took the one out of the car and brought it in the base in here. So
did you figure out what was wrong with your DMR talkie?
No, except I'm going to have to reprogram the whole damn thing. It's all I can figure. It comes up. I've never seen it before. Have you ever seen a GD77 come up with clear channel?
Clear channel. Yeah. I remember you said something, but it was like, I gotta go. But clear channel. GD, let's see.
Yeah. Yeah. See if I can get it to. No, CH empty. Excuse me. This one says CH empty.
Oh, channel empty.
Yeah.
Oh, it means there's got no programming in that channel.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, it had everything, and all of a sudden last night I turned
Not
it
anymore.
on. Yeah.
Oops.
EMP.
Actually, there's a YouTube about it.
Is there?
Yeah.
Wonder if the internal memory is having a problem.
I don't know. Let's go see what this says. I've never heard that memory or that error code.
Yeah, I hadn't either.
There's a minute and 33 seconds. Channel empty. Lost channel after switching from the analog 2-meter zone that is actually still talking on my DMR hotspot zone where it now says channel empty. It's kind of funny. He's beating on the keys. 3 reply.
Yeah, I was really frustrated last night.
Yeah, I bet.
Had everything out to start copying call signs, and and my script in front of me and everything, and no joy. I was able to get it back for a second. I kept messing with it, and I talked to somebody and got a radio check, and I came back and it disappeared again.
Huh.
So thank you for bailing me out.
Oh, no problem. It worked out great. It was one of those, I jumped up and ran to the radio, and I started doing the intro piece, and I unkeyed waiting for emergency traffic, and I out loud I said, what the hell am I going to talk about? And my wife walks by, didn't break stride. She says, how about emergency preparedness?
Yeah.
I said, that's a pretty good idea. But we talked about the weather festival, and that's coming up. There's some cool stuff for for kids. If anybody's got any kids involved in that want to get involved in weather, the effects of weather that between 6th and 12th graders. They have a art contest, and it can be dance, it can be a written poem or whatever. And then there's a photo contest for all of us of all ages that they are going to have. That's kind of cool. They're going to do a virtual thing, 5 days. They're going to do 26th through the 31st of October. Tuesday and Thursday, they're going to do storm spotting classes online. So if you missed the storm spotting stuff, which most of us did, I think Lee's the only one that got one, if I remember right.
I got one.
Did you? Mark got one too. That if you, the Tuesday is going to be the regular storm spotting one, and then Thursday is going to be the advanced storm spotting one. So they'll have a lot of cool stuff online for that.
I wonder if the advanced is already full again.
I'm sure.
I don't think so, because they still don't have their ducks in a row to figure out how to sign up yet.
Yeah, well, because I was listening to it last time and they took a break and they came back and I was being kicked off.
Yep. I remember that. I remember Rick Smith. I was talking to Rick Smith in emails a couple of days before, and he basically said, we got 700 people signed up for 500 slots. And he said we could have 1,500 if we wanted them, because I guess people all over the country, since they had all missed stuff, everybody was kind of jumping on that online one. So yeah, I can imagine.
Learn how to say no.
Yeah, that's what he did, and he said, but we can't stop them. We don't have the technology to pick and choose who gets in. I just told Rick, I said, same old stuff. I'll see you next time. He said, yeah.
No, I got in on the basic one, but couldn't get in on the advanced at all.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that, but yeah, that was packed. Well, this could be a good chance to do that. Hopefully it'll be opened up. They should spit it out on YouTube so that anybody can get in.
They linked it a couple of days later with the YouTube of it, I believe.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's right.
So who's going to apply for the Channel 9 slot?
Which Channel 9 slot?
The Storm Chaser.
Oh, the one up in Northwest?
Just the guy just retired.
Ooh, not Val Castor. Oh, no.
No.
Oh,
no, it was
Marty.
Marty, yeah. But he lives up there in the Northwest sector.
He lives in Enid, I
Marty
think.
McFly.
I think he lives in Enid.
I don't think it makes any difference where you live, because they're going to send you all over creation and back.
I hear it pays pretty good.
Does it?
Really?
Yeah.
Lee just signed up. You got 2 good eyes, brother. Go get it. You can paint that. You can paint that white thing whatever color they want, right?
They just wrap it,
Yep.
Gentlemen, I'm going to hang up here. I'll see you guys. Well, Saturday, right?
Yep, Saturday morning.
Saturday morning. I'll be there.
Bring your own donuts.
Bring my own donuts. Got it. See you guys later.
See you.
Bye.
Marty Logan, 27-year career.
Yep.
Huh.
Yeah, they actually pay pretty good for that job.
I never heard whether they paid or anything else. So.
I remember in the good old days they didn't. It was just reporters and photojournalists, because we'd always see them at the training sessions. And
I'd like to ride shotgun in the helicopter.
yeah, they landed that.
Boy, would you though?
They landed that at my house a couple years ago, and that was cool.
I'd want to be as what do you call it? That video. I'd be Jim Gardner's video guy. Sits in the back there and runs all the video.
Yep. He put that down at the house, and he said, 3rd tree or 4th tree on the left. And I said, take it anyone you want. They're fine.
wanted to ask him if I ever talked to him if he was a dust-off pilot.
What? A dust?
Dust-off.
Dust.
The guys in Nam that flew the medical choppers were called dust-off pilots.
Oh,
And those guys had balls that they could hardly get in the cockpit.
Lewis Russell here in town, he's a ham, KD5WA, was one of those guys. And
yeah, I mean they would put choppers in places that, you know, it's a 60-foot rotor path, and they would go in and 60 foot 6 inches.
Yeah, that's Lewis's stories. He did a bunches of those.
See you Saturday, Paul.
Thank you. And
See ya, Paul.
I'll see
Get
you
some
later.
antennas up, man.
Appreciate it. Good night.
See you, Paul. See you Saturday.
See ya. Bye.
Take care.
See Wayne, the app I use is APRS Droid.
Okay, that's the one I'm looking at, and yeah, that's the one that's $5. I don't find any other one that's even halfway decent. So I was thinking about getting that one.
Yeah, that's the one I've always used, and it's just spiffy. It's just spiffy.
Mark, is that for iPhone or for the analog?
No, it's for my phone.
Your phone.
Not iPhone. My phone. No,
Your
it's
phone.
for a real device.
An Android.
His phone.
His phone.
It's for exactly. It's for.
By the way, guys.
The Apple's got one. I don't know.
Oh yeah, Lee's not wearing glasses.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm here to tell you, there's nothing like that.
Yeah,
bionic eyes.
First time, and geez, close to 40 years.
Yeah, I had laser surgery, and I know exactly what you're doing.
Hey, Lee, how many times this week have you put your hands up or trying to adjust your glasses? And what do you think?
I've got a little pair of readers here that occasionally I'm still using those because everything is still not, focused and settled and everything like that. But what gets me is distance. I mean, everything is just sharp as could be in distance. I was wearing trifocals for, they're over 30 years. I started wearing glasses in my late 30s.
I started when I was 5.
And did you find that your arms were too short or getting shorter?
Oh my God, yes. That's all these are cheaters. I've had laser surgery, and I know exactly what you mean. That going from glasses to no glasses just freaks you out. You wake up in the middle of the night and you can see. There's something wrong with that.
Yeah, yeah. It is so nice. I mean, it's just, and the lenses that they put in have a blue in them, and it's in a certain nanometer range. She told me about, and it's really something you can't. She said you can't really tell or anything like that. But what it is, it filters out the blue that causes astigmatisms.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Now I told her the other day that I noticed, when I was going from my left eye to right eye before she did my left eye.
Yep.
I'd look at the blue sky, and I could tell that my right eye was seeing it like a shade, just a shade darker and more vivid.
Yep.
Like the blue blocker sunglasses.
I don't. It probably is something along that principle, I guess.
What it does is it heightens contrast substantially and makes the color deeper.
Yeah.
And it probably pulls a little chromatic aberration away, a little bit of the color shift in the lens.
Yep.
And that makes things more crisp.
Whatever it does, I'm all for it. And for some reason, I don't know how, because it's not normally the nature of it, but I looked up and evidently there's 3 different types of lenses that you can get. And there's the first ones that your insurance covers pretty easily. And then the next one that usually have to pay about $2,000, and then there's a third one that I don't even know what all it entails. But I got lucky and I got the one my insurance covers.
Cool.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Cool.
No, I didn't have to start wearing glasses till I was 40. It's kind of a funny situation. I was working for a company that sometimes I'd have to do forklift driving and stuff, and they said that they were going to send me up to the office to get an eye check with the company nurse before I did that. And I hadn't worn any glasses or anything. So I went up there and she had me stand the usual 15 feet away and look at the eye chart. And she said, read the top 2 lines. And I did. And she said, can you read the next line? I said, what next line? And she said, oops, we got a slight problem. And so she tried something else and she had me scoot up a little and back up a little. And she goes, okay. She said, you got an unusual one here. She said, do you have any problem when you're driving at night? And I said, yeah, I've always had problems driving at night. I can't see signs very well. She goes, you need to go to an optometrist, not a regular eye doctor, but an optometrist, and see what he says. I did. And it was very, very enlightening. He said I had astigmatism since I was about 19 and no one ever diagnosed it.
Oh, wow.
And that I had what they referred to as just night blindness. And so he put a pair of glasses on me and turned the light off and turned something on to a sign at the end of the room. And he says, can you read that? I read it just fine. He goes, yep, that solves that. So the glasses I've got on, which are transitions, the top of them are just plain glass. The bottom's got the stuff I need to see with it on it.
Huh.
And I've never thought of ever doing what Lee did.
Well, you'll get it after a while. The cataracts will get you sometime.
But I don't have cataracts. I mean, I have my eyes checked once a year. Get to adjusted for the glasses. And all I had was astigmatism, and it caused night blindness, and that was the reason I couldn't see that well. But I see just fine with these glasses.
Well, Phil snuck in there. I didn't see old Phil slink in.
Yeah, he just all of a sudden materialized, and there he was.
Materialized.
Yeah.
There's a lot of material there to materialize.
Hey, is anybody interested in the upcoming Morse code class that the FAA group is putting on?
Yes. Have you got details? I do, if you don't.
I only have a little bit. I know it's going to start October 26th. And apparently you need to send Alan AE5C an email. And I think I've got his email address, but I'm not sure.
I think I do. Let me go check.
I do.
It looked like Alan AEC at Sierra November OSU, SNOSU. And I wasn't sure I copied that correctly on the admin net was talking about it last night.
You say that was AE5C?
Yeah.
That's what AE5C, Allen, ALLEN, at
Cope.
And I believe
SNOSU. Cope.
The email.
AE5C at SNOFU. Sam November
Foxtrot. Okay.
Oklahoma Foxtrot University. .org.
.org. Yeah.
Right.
And the story is supposed to be Monday nights, October 26th, they'll meet for 10 weeks, followed by an on-the-air practice net beginning in 2021.
Very cool.
And I don't know how he's chasing, but I don't know how he's planning to do it, whether it's high speed, low speed, whatever it is, but we'll see.
Yeah. Just check it out.
So is he going to do the classes on Zoom or something?
Teams, Microsoft Teams.
Yeah, MS Teams. We get to check out another.
Yep. That works out pretty good. I do a lot of that stuff also. And
I haven't tried it yet.
I know that John Smith from that group was complaining that somehow he fouled up the Teams setup, but yeah, it'll work. It'll do fine.
Hey, Mark.
Yep.
Have you considered a Zoom technician class?
We usually do those in the spring, and if we're still doing this, that's probably the way to go with it, is that kind of thing. So I don't know that we've got any huge interest now, but if we're still doing this,
I've got a bunch of people.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Like they're ready now, kind of thing.
Whenever I want to say, let's go.
Oh, how many were you talking? Like 5, 10?
That I can think of right now is probably 18.
Whoa. Yeah, that'd be worth it.
And it may go more than that.
That'd be worth it.
I mean, they'll wait, but I just want to know, if you would consider doing one on Zoom.
Well, I don't see any problems doing it on Zoom. The problem is this time of year gets crazy. If we do 8 weeks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If we started it next Monday, let's just say that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 would be done November 30th, which would be perfect for the December 3rd test. But we're not going to start it next Monday.
No, that'd be crazy.
Yeah.
With the holidays coming up.
Yeah, and I don't. Yeah. Because then you're any let's see, 1, 2, 3. You got 4 weeks. You could delay it 4 weeks, but I don't think over holidays people are going to want to do that. Do you?
Best. Go ahead, Phil.
You're not in CW mode unless they can come away with a new transceiver out of it.
Well, but this would be the Tech General class.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Right now, I'm not even looking at general. I was just looking at tech.
Looking at tech.
January, February is a good time.
Yeah, that's what we've always found. Is it's just nutty. You'd start. I think we could logistically start it in 4 weeks, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4 would be the October or November 9th for that next start date. But I don't know if people will be interested in doing it over the holidays. What do you think? Lee, why don't you ask them? Otherwise, we can start it in January. We always started in January because it was cold and nasty and nothing to do.
Okay.
Is what we did.
I'll put it out on the group and find out what they want to do.
Yeah, see what you got. For us, it doesn't really matter because it's, 8 of us each pick one night, and okay, big deal. You pick the night.
Yeah, people can stay in where it's warm, safe, and dry.
Yeah, so
in January.
If you want to do it in November, December, and January, February, if we got enough, cool. But January, February.
One of it.
Do what?
Okay.
Well, one advantage to doing more than one night a week.
Oh, do 2 nights a week?
That's the same. Yeah.
Oh.
You don't have to travel.
Oh. See, that's why you let smart guys get on the phone. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. That it still runs us into that crazy Christmas nonsense.
And you're talking about impacting the instructor schedule, and we're already busy that time of year.
Well, but I mean, literally, it's it's one instructor is one night, so it's not like we have to do 8 nights.
You were talking 2 nights a week.
Yeah, but we break it up into the pieces. So you do your night, and Bill does his night, and
I do my night.
Lee does his night, and all that nonsense. But yeah, that maybe we turn that around in January and just do a quickie. Let's see.
Okay, I'll put out a thing and
see what your people are thinking, because for us it's not that big a deal, but
whatever will get the most students.
Right. For them, it's what you happen. So if you do 8 nights, if you start it, and we could probably do 7 if we started January. Let's see, wait. 4th is going to be February 4th would be the first test. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we could start January 11th and get 7 classes in if we did a Tuesday, Thursday thing, or
and we're looking at what, 3-hour classes?
6:30 to 9, so 2.5 technically.
Okay.
Is what we've historically done.
Okay.
But I guess since we break it up and it's not like one of us has to do the whole damn thing, it's really only one night, and I'd be good. If we have to just move people around, I can't make it on that date, go to the other date, but see what they think about a Tuesday, Thursday thing. That's good thinking there, Larry. Because I know they did that. John did that for the extra class over there in Newcastle, and that might make it nice and compact. And you're right, you're not moving.
Easier to retain it if you're doing it 2 days a week too.
Yeah, because that's you start on I don't know, January 11th, and you're testing on February 4th.
Okay.
I've always wanted to do a Saturday one, a one-day thing. Maybe that's another option for them, Lee.
A one day.
One
just
day.
Immerse them, and
yeah.
Here's the test.
Yeah, that's another. There's a guy. I got some slides from a guy. Who was that? Some guy. I got the slide deck from him out of Illinois. That they've been doing that for quite a while, and he said they make them read the book before they get there. But basically, they show them up at 8 o'clock in the morning and test them at 4 or 5 or 6 or something. And
say anything about success rate?
Same as ours, 85 plus, 85 to 90%.
Jeez.
So he said basically the people that put absolutely no effort into the thing didn't pass, which is what everybody, it's the way it happens everywhere in the world.
Yeah, I was going to say that pretty much is, yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a whole group of people that do that we know of.
That do what?
That do nothing and expect a different outcome.
Oh, yes. Yes. I thought you meant we're wanting to take a class. No. Yeah, exactly. That's let's see, ham cram slides. Here's the slide deck. Let's see if we can pull that down. 3 megabytes of slides.
The Tri-State Club in Oklahoma does that too.
Yep, and I think that's where Lawton does it also. And I think that's what pointed me towards. I think what's his name down there? Whatever his name is, pointed me towards this guy's class. AmCram class. There it is. I think that's it. W9PE, if I remember right. That guy. Yet another 1990s website guy. So he does 3 to 3.5 hour sessions, 3 to 3.5 hour sessions, and then they test right after it.
Wow.
Since 1991, over 1,000 students have used it as an aid to passing the test. They usually give one session in the morning, one right after the lunch, and then right into the exam. There they go. Our pass rate hovers just under 90%, which is where we're at, which is where everybody that does stuff is going. And I know that in my emails to the guy, he said, you know, it's the people that just don't do it. And as we said earlier, the just don't do it crowd is not going to just don't do it. 126 slides is what he's saying.
Hamstudy.org says that it generally takes about 10 hours of study to pass the tech, 10 hours of study to pass the general, and 20 hours of study to pass the extra. So that would fall right in line with that.
Yeah. And they say that, you know, have them read the book beforehand, so they're familiar with the words. They don't have to understand everything, but they have to be familiar with the things.
Okay.
So see if somebody's actually, I offered that to OU before the OU thing crapped out. I told Jorge if he's got some students, it'd be a great thing to try it on students, because they would probably be more willing to sit and do it as a class like that than us old people. And then of course COVID shut down, but I've got the slide deck, and you know, we can cut it up into 3 or 4 different instructors and make it happen. That'd be a cool, fun thing to try. Do that online. Then we could record those and have them for later too.
Yeah.
That'd be even cooler.
Yeah, I mean, if you sat down and recorded it and just put it in a can,
yeah,
and anytime you need it, you just play the can.
Well,
play the can, man.
We might try that. That might be the next step that I had with that slide deck was for OSU or OU guys to have Jorge. You know, he had 10 or so kids that were ready to go and didn't have any stuff. And I said, let's just do it on a Saturday and have Peter run a test right afterwards. And I don't know, see if that's something that your crowd of 18 thinks is cool.
Okay.
And you know, maybe we put maybe what we do is put all the videos up and then offer a 1 hour on the live on the Zoom question and answer kind of thing, and then do the test. Lots of good ideas there.
Yeah, I'm thinking, you know, depending on how it's canned, you know, because you can do the lecture, but then you've always got people who want to ask questions.
Yeah, we could always do that in a, you know, just have them hit something on Facebook or have a, you know, put a, you know, like Elmer and I, it'd be a good thing to have them jump into if they wanted to do it.
Yeah.
If they want to do it separated, if they want to do it all day, maybe we just have a Zoom channel open all day and say, watch the videos. If you got a question, jump onto Zoom and ask your question. Maybe that's the way to do it.
Guys, I've got to run. 73s. Good to see you.
You're going to have
see
the
you,
answer.
Sam.
I thought you were going to have the answer for us, Sam.
No, I'm out of this argument.
Well, come back when you got the answer.
All right. See you later.
Thank you, Sam. You take care.
All right, I'm gonna bail out too. It's time for me to take my Benadryl and go to bed.
Did you put your antenna up?
No, the antenna project was put on hold for a little bit.
Oh boy.
I've been working in the shack. See, I got this big filing cabinet behind me.
Oh, cool.
That's gonna put some stuff in it.
Stuff is what you need.
And if I have to, I'll load up the filing cabinet.
Gamma match on the filing cabinet.
I'm telling you. All right, later, guys.
Later, guy. Be good. Pretty funny. Let me see.
Mark, you were talking earlier in the evening about the emergency preparedness that you had last Sunday. And yesterday, I see one thing we've got here in this neighborhood I live in is everybody has we have a Facebook page just for the neighborhood. If you live here, you're on the Facebook page.
Okay.
And yesterday at the front, about 2 streets off of Bryant into the neighborhood, about the first 2 streets, I think, maybe the third one, but the first 2 streets of that, they were all complaining that the power went out on them. And they were asking if anybody else had problems. Well, of course, I didn't lose any power at the back of the neighborhood. And OG&E's out there on Bryant doing their telephone pole upgrades.
Oh.
And apparently one of them must have unhooked the line or something because they killed the first 2 streets in the neighborhood. Whoops.
Whoops.
Yeah, whoops. And there was quite a few of them that were complaining on their phones. Hey, all of a sudden my computer's not working. The power's out in the house. You know, I'm like, gee, I don't have that problem back here at the back. Just goes to show you that you never know when you're going to lose power.
No.
I can tell you that putting in a whole house generator was the best thing that we've ever done.
Oh man, I bet.
Yeah, OG&E is notorious in our neighborhood, and we're in an old established neighborhood, South Pickard.
Yeah.
We lose power all the time. And so, you know, it's nice that, you know, it only goes out for 15 seconds and then it's back on.
Yep.
Lee, have you seen the new system that Generac's got now? I'm kind of interested in it. It's called a GoPro system. It's a vertical unit that mounts in the garage, and it's got batteries built into it. It's only about, I'd say 2 or 3 inches, about 3 inches wide probably. And it stands about 6 foot tall, and they mount it in your garage. And then they have a little box next to it, like you would switch it, the switching, and it goes out the solar dishes, and also hooks up to the OG&E grid or whatever grid you have, and it charges it up, keeps it charged all the time. So when the power goes out, it will run your house.
So it's just a battery pack.
That's basically an up system, UPS.
Well, it is, but it's big enough that according, I was reading the specs on it, and it'll run it for a couple of days.
I don't think so.
Well, plus, keep in mind.
I've had to run a generator for 2 weeks.
Yeah, but keep in mind, it's also hooked to the solar panels that's on the roof. So every day that it's charging it back up.
Yeah.
So you're keeping your system running.
22 kilowatt generator is a lot of power. And batteries, I don't know what that would be, but woof.
Yeah, the best thing I would want actually would be to use an up system that you actually run off of all the time.
Yeah.
And either OG&E is powering it or the generator is powering it.
Yep.
And that way you don't have the first second that it drops out. It's like what the city's running all their communications on now.
Yep.
Everything is on battery. And so if something goes out, you never know it because it just keeps going.
You wouldn't have all the switch glitches.
Yeah. That's what Chesapeake up there at their campus. Each building has two big rooms that are nothing but batteries, and they have an inverter that powers the entire building. So the entire building comes out of the batteries into the inverter and into the rest of the building. The electric mains just charge the battery, and the diesel generators just charge the battery. So their story was 84% of their computer failures were tied to bad power. So they said, if we put in uninterruptible power for the whole building, we knock out 84% of all computer problems. And how much is that worth? Chesapeake?
A lot.
Yeah. I said, why?
The new communication system we got for the city, as you go into each tower building that's right there beside the tower, when you first go in there, the whole left wall, and I mean the whole wall, is batteries. And it's constantly being charged and, monitored and everything like that. They can hot swap anything in there if it goes bad, and they don't even have to bring it down to swap it.
Yeah, they, the bank building downtown that, I don't remember which one, downtown Oklahoma City, but big, tall bank building has a bunch of telecom equipment in it. And they brought in a whole bunch of batteries for UPS battery system. They actually had to build a truss system that they bolted to the floor so the batteries wouldn't cave the floor in up way up there. And I said, I don't care about the trusses. That's not a big deal. Who carried all these darn batteries up to 15 flights of stairs? That's the bugger.
If you're using the old classic UPS battery, those are lead acid.
Yeah, they were.
And they're heavy.
And still
They're
are.
heavy.
Still are a lot of them.
Yeah.
That's our standard design for communication and radar sites is like that. It's basically DC powered equipment with standby batteries and power supplies that run off the commercial main. And then for long term, that generally gives us from 8 to 24 hours. And then beyond that, we've got engine generators that kick in and run up to a week. Now we have
each one of these buildings has its own generator, and the nice thing about it, it's natural gas powered, but also at each building they've got a 500-gallon LP tank as well. So it's not going to go down.
No. Is your Generac natural gas or propane?
Natural gas.
And mine is too.
Hey, Lee, the Fort Smith Area Amateur Radio Club, where they've got their repeater tower up there on Kavanaugh, it's battery backup. I mean, it's not battery backup. It's actually a battery bank where they got a rack in there, one of those heavy racks in there, and they've got 12 golf cart batteries, big, tall ones in there that is all tied together. And they've got a trickle charger that is powered by AC that keeps them charged, but they're running all their equipment off of those batteries. So they're technically running them off the batteries. And then they've got an alarm system built into it that sends a message out over the system. When the AC goes out, it says you're running on battery power only for their repeaters, for the repeater site. And it's worked good for them for 20 years now.
Wow, that's wonderful.
Yeah, you're talking Larry. You're talking Larry's language there when you're using big batteries.
Well, it seems to me that's a smart way to go for a repeater system.
Yeah.
The old flooded cell lead acids
are
good for 25 years, but the VRLA batteries are only good for around 10 years. We've had some that run 15, but typically 10 years. And that's where the rub comes when you hit that 10-year point and you've got to buy those batteries over again.
Yeah. Where's the budget guy for that?
Really?
Well, guys, I've got to step out. Got big day tomorrow, so got things to do.
Don't feel bad. I do too.
I do too. 9 o'clock. Good golly. How'd it go?
Yeah.
You guys take care.
Same to you. Be
Take
safe.
all we can.
Hey, Lee.
Yes.